and welcome. So in this video, we're gonna be looking at some common myths as well as facts about the voice. So these facts, these voice facts, can get outdated as new science about the voice emerges and then gets replaced with new science, which becomes a new fact. And because of this, being a singer or a vocal coach even can sometimes feel a little daunting because you don't want to say the wrong thing or use the wrong word. So I want to begin this by saying that I want to create a safe and compassionate place for singers. There is a lot of vocabulary, a lot of words out there that describe the voice and different sensations that you feel when you sing. And what works and is right for one person may not make sense to another person, and that's completely okay. So let's dive in to some of these myths and facts. Number one, I hear this one all the time. This one is, you sing from your diaphragm. Well, that's actually physically impossible. Your diaphragm kind of lives down here, and it's a muscle, and it functions sort of involuntarily. So if you're breathing, if you go to sleep and you wake up the next day, your breathing is working just fine. You don't need to breathe to your diaphragm. You know how to breathe. If you didn't, you would not be watching this video. Which brings me to my second point. That is, the more breath you have, the better you're gonna sing, or that you need more breath, or that singing is all about the breath. I mean, without breath, you can't sing, you can't live. However, your vocal cords are so teeny tiny, and their job is to come back together after air pushes through them and blows them apart. That's how sound is made. And your lungs are capable of blowing your tiny little vocal folds from here to Timbuktu. So it's not about more breath and breath and breath, it's about balance. And that's where doing vocal exercises and fun exercises like the bubble are so useful, because they'll teach you about that perfect breath balance. Next, this one's a good one. You have a chest voice and you have a head voice. No, you have one voice, just one. When you sing high, most people feel it up here like, woo! And when you sing low, or even talking right now, I'm feeling it resonate here. And that's where those terms came from, head voice and chest voice. And they're super helpful terms. I use them all the time when I'm teaching. But I think it's really important to know that you have one voice, and the best feeling ever is when you learn to sing from your very lowest to your very highest note in a smooth and connected and balanced way. It's a really good feeling, and that's the goal when you're training your voice. So while there's nothing wrong with using those words, it's good to know that you have one voice. The next one is belting. So there's a lot of misconceptions around belting, and that in order to sing loud or belt, you have to strain and tense, and that you could hurt your voice. But you can actually learn to belt completely safely. It takes training and time and practice, but you can belt without harming your voice. So check this out. I'm gonna use Lady Gaga because it's what's in my head right now. So if I sing, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. That was pretty loud, I think. And it didn't hurt, and I didn't have to strain. So yes, you can learn to belt. You can do it safely without any tension or strain on your voice. We're just not gonna teach you that right here, right now, because we're looking at facts. The next one is that water will immediately hydrate your voice. That's not true at all, because when you drink, your vocal cords actually come together as a line of defense to protect food and drink from entering into your lungs and killing you. So the water never actually touches your vocal cords. In order to have a properly hydrated voice, you need to drink that water 4 hours before you sing. So it's super important as a general rule, especially if you are wanting to be a singer or you are a singer, stay hydrated, drink your water, it's good for you. And finally, I've got one more for ya, and this one is that whispering is a good way to save and preserve your voice. Not true at all. Whispering is not good for your voice at all because it actually tires your voice out. So take your hands and put them as close together as you can without letting them touch. Pretty sure that this will get old super fast and you're gonna get really tired and not wanna do this. And that's basically what happens when you're whispering. Your vocal cords are designed to come back together after, each gets a little sciencey, but you know, the air passes through your vocal cords and they vibrate. And every time they come apart, they come back together. So if you're whispering, you're not getting that connection. And what ends up happening is you get a fatigued voice, just like with the hands. But if you were to just push your hands together like this, you could probably stay here for a while. And that's a bit more accurate to what's happening when you're speaking or singing. So there you go. That's all I've got for you today. If you can think of some common myths or facts that are really cool about the voice that you want to add to the conversation, please feel free to comment below. I would just like to remind you and everyone watching that this is meant to be a safe space. So words like head voice or chest voice or singing from the diaphragm or providing more breath, those are all absolutely fine if they're helping you to sing with more ease and more balance. This isn't about what's right or what's wrong. This was just a fun video to talk about some of the common myths and facts. So happy commenting. I would love to hear from you. I always hang out in the comments, and we'll see you around.